Oh, look at you, all fancy with the borders around everything. Oh, I'm a bit red, aren't I? What's going on? Yeah, my skin's been terrible recently. But anyway, I've cropped the webcam down so it's less visible, the background. But anyway, it's probably nicer the other way. I don't know, but I've done some little bits to the overlays. It's probably a bit too much. I've gone with a little border for everything now and did a few more things. I've got a virtual stream deck on my tablet. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's something at least. There's my alarm going off. It's only 7 o'clock. But anyway, what are we doing tonight? Well, this popped up on my, I think it was Facebook. It was somewhere. It was an Orbex, promotion advertisement, and I was looking at it and I was like, it looks really good. Now, why does my privacy say unlisted on this live stream? Because it should be public. Why is it doing that? We need to fix that, guys, before I even start. I do apologise, but that shouldn't say unlisted. Why is it saying unlisted? That's ridiculous. Not too sure why that's happened. Because I definitely set it to public. I don't know why that's happened. Anyway, it is what it is. This isn't going to be sort of to everyone's taste, and what I mean by that is, simmers enjoy massive international airports, simmers enjoy regional airports, some simmers like general aviation airports, and then some simmers like the bush variety, the bush strips with not very many buildings around it. So totally understand that. So this is kind of, I guess this live stream is pretty much just because I love it, and I know others will love it too, because they are really good. Now, one of them's a newer scenery and one of them's an older scenery. I'm not too sure how old the other one is, if I'm going to be totally honest. Very hard to know. Usually Orbex are really good with telling you the dates on things. It might do elsewhere. Anyway, so we are in Oregon, which is somewhere I'd love to go in real life. Sort of, Washington State, Oregon State, that side of the USA. Well, quite a few sides of the USA, to be honest. But yeah, this is two. We're going to mostly be looking at Sutton On Rogue, which is the newest scenery by Backwood Studios, available on Orbex. So everything will be linked in the description below, as always. We're going to start off, so we're going to do a couple of things in this live stream. Hopefully, I've worked out the time, and it's all good. But what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at Shady Cove, which is kind of like an air park. It's like a community-based airstrip in sort of southern Oregon. It's I think it's north of Sutton On Rogue. We're going to jump in the 172. Obviously, we're going to have a little look around first. We're going to jump in the 172. We're going to fly ourselves down to Sutton On Rogue, which has a very interesting airstrip, a very interesting grass runway. We're going to try and land there. We're going to try and land there. And then we are actually going to then jump in a land vehicle. Probably not the transit van today, because I've had a little look at the transit van in this particular area, and it's going to be a pain in the ass to navigate. Now, I'll get into it. So, do you know what? I should really be using my my virtual stream deck to do all this, but in this instance, I ain't going to. But I've got some lovely fancy stuff going. Everything should work, I think. Yeah, look at that. Now, I probably need to adjust that ever so slightly. Something like that. I don't know. You can cut now. Do you know what? I need to fiddle with that camera, but it's not really one that I'm going to be showing a lot, to be honest. It's really going to be sometimes for tutorials, but yeah, I can flick between everything now. I've got a nice little overlay. I've got a nice little webcam overlay. I'm not doing too bad for myself, am I? Right. So yeah, we're going to jump in a land vehicle and head back up to Shady Cove. So we're going to go in a plane down to Sutton on Rogue, and then we're going to then take a land vehicle back up to Shady Cove. The reason why I want to do that is I want to show you the reason why we're going to do that, basically. But we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, as usual. And we're going to have a little looky ducky. Right, okay. Lot of people not really enjoying the fact that the A340 is only available on the marketplace. It is a limited time. We won't get into that too much of that because it's I guess it's, you know, that area of flight simulator politics. But yeah, not really a favorable choice by any builds by the looks of it. I do understand piracy, and it's one of my pet peeves with the flight simming community is that I wouldn't even call them community members. I wouldn't even call them flight simmers. But anyone who goes about stealing anything, there is websites that exist and they shouldn't exist. I don't know why they still exist, but they do. We can't stop that. But people who go and steal developers' work are just ridiculous, and you know there's no need. So I understand why indie builds are doing that, but at the same time, yes, once they bring it onto their store, it's gonna start happening again. So yeah, it is what it is. They might just be able to save a couple of copies. It might have been out for a long enough time, a couple of months before it hits their store, and it might have, maybe taken some of the sort of pressure off, or I don't know, not pressure, but it might have taken some of the interest off, and people are less likely to then keep on doing. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm not really going to go into that today, guys. There's a time and a place. If you do want to discuss it, I'm on Discord. Now, as I say, we're at Shady Cove right now. This is Backwood Studios. That's the guys that we're going to be taking a look at today. This is available exclusively on Orbex. It's linked below. Shady Cove is an air park / sort of community type situation. Houses, private little airstrips. Now, one thing that I am a bit confused about, maybe not too confused because of the amount of trees around in this region, but is the performance, even if I stick this onto the LSS4 into quality mode, I'm only going to gain about 5 FPS, and just certain areas of this particular scenery, they seem very... It gets laggy. It gets a bit... Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's odd because Sutton on the Rogue, which is where we're going to go to, isn't like that. But there's a lot more custom scenery, detailed assets. There's a lot in there. Loads of animated. Compared to what we've got here, there's a lot more in Sutton on Rogue. So that's something I will say straight off the bat is, although this is not really the scenery I'm showcasing tonight, there is that to consider, that it is it's not smooth where it should be. Now there is a hell of a lot of cheese, and granted that the weather is a bit, yeah, maybe even with clear skies, it's still going to be a bit give or take. Just put a few clouds in the sky here, but I'm going to so this is interesting. So Shady Cove, Backwood Studios, I haven't actually taken a look at any of their stuff before, and this is comprised of, from what I can see, a lot of auto-generated stuff and a lot of default assets. So a lot of stuff that developers, scenery creators can get hold of, and there's also some, from what I have seen, some custom elements as well. But just to give you an idea, we're in sort of southern Oregon. You can see the mountains, the hills, the tremendous amount of trees. Now, keep in mind, I do have everything sort of turned up because I am silly like that. But it's a lovely little airstrip. I love the idea. I love this thing that obviously over in the USA, I'm sure it happens in other places, but certainly in the USA, they've got these little air parks and, you know, these airstrips, sometimes concrete, sometimes gravel, grass, and then they've got rows of houses, people's houses, and, you know, they can, they can taxi their aircraft right up into their garden, just like we're seeing here. Pop it into their own hangar, and then head home. I think it's lovely, and even this house has even got a little cordoned off area with some horses, and you can see that they are animated horses. I think these are the 2024 asset animals, so the animals that are included within the simulator, because they're very detailed. They're very detailed. All right, mate, how you doing? So I've been looking over this for the last 24 hours, and this one in particular, Shady Cove, like I said, it's got sort of a bit of default, bit of auto gen, and some, I think some custom stuff going on. I love the little patio plastic chairs here as well. As I say, there's their own little hangar there as well. And then there is a couple of more. There's a few others down here as well. And like I said, we'll get the 172 up. We'll take it down south to Sutton On Rogue, down the Rogue River. And I'll give you a good look around there because there's a lot in there, and it's actually became one of my favourite sceneries. And just to make you aware, by the way, that these sceneries are very, very nicely priced. And I know you're going to say, well, they have mostly got some, they mostly got default and, sort of, default assets in them. And that's fair enough, but someone's had to do it all. And this will only cost you £3. This is about $3.42 from Orbex. And it's, as well as the default houses, as I say, there is some foliage being done, lovely gates as well. And this is what this particular neighbourhood has got going for it. A lovely little air park where people can take the ultralights, the 172s. We've even got a turboprop here. It'd be interesting to see if you could possibly get a turboprop off here. I'm assuming you could. It's not a very wide strip, but it's long enough. I'd imagine you could get some tiny turboprop, some dual engine stuff going on. But hangars, the lovely sort of the white gates, the white fences going along here as well. Love to see it. And the reason we are going to go between the two a couple of times is, well, I'll show you. So this is what they call a flying community. So you got the dirt runway, which is well maintained, vegetation, sort of in and around the actual scenery itself. There is nighttime lighting, which I'll hopefully remember to show you this time. Custom aircraft hangars, driveway spawn. So it is worth mentioning that the hangars and the driveways are all spawnable. You can start off cold and dark on a number of different hangars, including the smaller ones here. This one here, where I'm at now, isn't. I've just plonked it down there. You can start off at the fuel station as well. Private fuels, custom modeled 3D static objects. So this garden here took my interest because I'd love to know if this particular house has got all this in its in its garden. I can't pronounce the name of that. It's the one in France, isn't it? I can't pronounce it. I can, but I can't remember what it's called. But it looks like there's custom vegetation. Again, the house is actually auto-generated. I'll have to check the night lighting because I want to see if this actually animates and has got some fire in it at night, which would be pretty cool. But as you can see, you know, there's a 152 sat off there, a little sort of ultralight looking thing. So there's a good blend of default, custom, auto gen stuff to kind of create this, you know, all-in-one scenery, and it is well done. There's actually my favorite part, I'll tell you in a minute, is just amazing. This is part of the reason why I want to take a look at this scenery and Sutton on Rogue more specifically. Experience what it's like living in the scenic Rogue River. Opened and spawnable hangars, custom objects. That is the thing that I'm wanting to show you as well. Yeah, I nearly said it. That's right, I nearly said it. But again, if you are rewatching this or you're watching now, guys, I have linked in the description from the Orbeck store. As I say, very competitively priced. £3, not even £3.50 for this one. And then even Sutton on the Rogue, which is, I'm pretty certain, all custom made, is £6.70. So, you know, we're getting some very, very good, in my opinion, price to sort of quantity and quality with the scenery. And it's not just that, it's located in one of the most scenic places in the world, in my opinion, most scenic places in the United States. What I do want to do is, just because I don't want to forget it, is just have a little look at the custom lighting as well. Or at least the lighting. Has anyone else busting me chops on Discord about... Yeah. Hi, Brian. Was that the Arc de Triomphe? Yeah. I think it is. It looks like it, doesn't it? Arc de Triomphe. Or Triumph. Arc de Triomphe. I think it is a mini version. It's like these guys have got their own little Vegas. It's a shame that the fire pit isn't lit at night, but it is what it is there. But yet it is. It looks like it is, Dave. There's also this as well, which I'm assuming is also something. That is definitely another landmark, whether it be a massive... Yeah. And then this thing again, this has only started to happen to me with Sim Update 3, is the textures of... Not everything, but some things just not loading. Or when I look away from them. See what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is. And I also did, for some reason, have two rolling caches. For some reason, rolling cache. I had two of them. One of them was 500 gig. And it's obviously given me a ton of space on my other hard drive, but I'm not too sure why I had two rolling caches. It was very, very odd. Weird. Not in France. Yeah, I don't know what that one was, mate. I might do a little sort of, you know, one of those little Google Gemini searches and see if there's any idea. Oh, there's a bit of blinding light over here. But overall, the night lighting is pretty good. This house. Whoa. These guys are up to something, I'm going to be honest. It's like an outside light, is it? What is it? I apologize for people who are possibly might be epileptic, but yeah, they're up to no good in that house. Apart from that, it's pretty nicely done. Everything is what I would expect. I've never been here. I can't comment, but I'm certainly getting a nice variation of sort of your LED type sorts of bulbs, and then your older orangey tones. But again, these types of scenery, you're not going to be getting a hell of a lot of custom night lighting or any night lighting anyway, because, well, they're not in a position. I like the lighting on this house. That's really nice. Not too sure the amount of extension windows on the top of the roof, but yeah, that's auto gen for you. But the reason why I do love the lighting off into the background there, though, not too sure where that might be. Pretty nice though, seeing it from a distance. No, the reason why you can check for. So it was accidental, Dave. I was looking on this little app that I've got on my computer, which basically scans each hard drive and sort of shows you where the highest folder or file is. And lo and behold, I scanned my volume G and it showed me there was another, because I've got an actual custom location for I think I've got like a 16 gigabyte rolling cache where I've got a folder made. And I think that's what's happened is I've changed it in the settings, made a new one, but haven't deleted the old one. So again, user error on my part, but I think that's where it's come from. I don't think it's made any difference. I certainly can't see anything. I don't think it's made absolutely any difference having two or having one. But yeah, no, the reason why I want to take a look at these two sceneries, and specifically these two sceneries, because I did just see Sutton on Rogue. It was both of them. The reason why is because it comes with over 10 miles of road, so custom roads which basically connect this and Sutton on Rogue. So you can drive, if you've got a land vehicle, which, listen, I know some people don't really enjoy having an in-flight simulator, but it is what it is at this point. It's happening. It's happened. We have them. Evening, Ian. I was trying to say how are you and good to see you at the same time. So how good to see you. Good to see you, mate. I hope you're doing well. But yes, this has got over 10 miles of this custom road, and I'll show you. There it goes off right into the distance, all the way down. You can actually drive, if you've got a drivable vehicle, from both of these custom sceneries. It is fantastic, and I haven't done the full route, but we are going to do the full route today. So buckle up, guys. We aren't taking the transit this time. I think we're going to take the Juice Goose because it seems a bit better. Good to see you, mate. Thanks. Good to see you too. Good to see you, mate. Nice to see you. And good to see you as well, Dave, mate. So, bit of jumpiness there because I didn't really park it in the best position. I love this scenery. If anyone's wondering, this is the Ruby scenery. It is lovely. It's actually part of the Echo 19 pack. I could not, for the life of me, find where this was. I've been using it for like the past couple of weeks, and I'm like, did I install this from flightsim.to? And apparently I didn't, because it's in none of my downloads. Spent ages looking for it, and I double checked with Two-Tone Murphy because he had it on his stream last night, and I was like, is this from Echo 19's pack? He's like, yeah, and I was like, I thought so. So yeah, this is a beautiful livery. I do love it. If I've said scenery there, I apologize. I mean livery. I mean livery. So we're taking the 172 now, guys. You know that I'm not too bad inside the 172, but this landing in Sutton on Rogue, we'll do a couple of passes, a couple of circuits, but it's got quite a... You'll see. Right. I've taken everything off, so let's get... the fuel tank's already sorted there. Let's get our battery on. Beacon on, fuel pump on. We'll step the pitot heat on. Probably won't need it. It's got a few liveries, Dave. It's got like the US Air Force training one as well, and then two of the Echo 19's custom house liveries. This is a beautiful livery. I love this one. Probably don't need strobe now. Let's get A little tiny bit of juice going in there. I really, really need to get my hands on a proper yoke. You used to be able to get the Cessna yoke 8 years ago, and I think maybe you'd only get them second hand now, but apparently it was really nice. But I need a proper throttle system, not an airline one. I need like a GA one, like either like a little tiny turboprop one or one like the Cessna, and a proper yoke and some pedals. I just don't have the funds to do it at the minute. Ape out. I'm saying it again. How good to see you. How good to see you. How are you today, mate? Good to see you. I'm trying to say things quicker than I should be. Got me. I haven't got me teeth in. Let's get the taxi and landing lights on. Probably land. No, we don't need the landing lights. Let's get the yoke visible back on. Haven't actually done any kind of flight plan, but let's have a little look. This actually might not be south. It might actually be west or east. I'm not too sure. Do you know what? Let's just get a basic thing going. We're going from OG 31. And then we are going to 0OR8. Sutton on Rogue, down the Rogue River. Perfect. So, actually, it is more... Actually... Are we upside down here? I think we are, aren't we? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is actually south, yeah. Yeah. Southwest if you want to split hairs, I guess. Right, okay. Honeycomb Bravo, yeah, mate. I think my steps are going to be to go for the honeycomb set of 3. The throttle quadrants, the yoke, and those pedals at some point. But yeah, I think that's where I will be heading because they look nice. I don't need an airline set, to be honest with you. I don't fly them enough. I'm flying mostly GA, as we already know, but nothing wrong with me obviously using the joystick, but I just feel like it just doesn't give me the feeling of flying GA, especially using a joystick with the 172. Not great. It doesn't do my OCD any good at all. And again, obviously, I could use some of the other stuff for the Cessnas, but I don't really want to. So as you can see, it's a bit in areas it's a bit choppy, and I still don't understand why, because Sutton on Rogue, like I say, we're on our way there now. It's just a lot more densely populated with objects and detail. It's so cool, guys. I can't wait to show you it. So we're going to do a little taxi out here. We can have a little look around as well. We've even got this lovely sort of tarpauled fence there. Some of the construction going on. Some caravans as well. But yeah, I think Honeycomb as a company, I think from what I've seen, I think that's where when I am able to fund something is going to be their yokes and everything. The yoke, the pedals, definitely the pedals. I need pedals. Pedals, quadrants, the full 3. I'm turning the taxi lights off now, I guess. So basically, we're going straight out and just all the way. King Bob, good to see you, mate. The alpha, yeah, the sort of the newer alpha light version, isn't he? Skip their rudders, better options, but yeah, okay, perfect. I'll have a little look at rudders. I know there's others that do rudders. There's others that do rudders that are probably a bit more budget friendly. Let's say that. Quite a lovely, smooth gravel strip. This. We do have to watch out of the trees, though. Again, I just feel like the height. Can usually use the chairs to kind of bump the height up a bit. But again, I want to see some of my instruments. We can actually stay around 2,000, just a bit below, because we don't actually need to go over the top of any mountains. And to be very honest, the views out of here are fantastic as well. Shut up, you. So there's the Rogue River, running all the way through. We kind of cut through both the roadway, which you can see just out in front of us there. And like I said, we're going to actually go down that road. So we're going to fly to Sutton On Rogue now. Take a look at the scenery, because again, this is what we're going to be doing. This is the reason for the stream. And we're then going to get the Juice Goose, and we're going to drive back down the road back to Shady Cove. I have the Thrustmaster, that's side stick, Honeycomb Bravo, and the Thrustmaster rudder pedals. A little bit of combination. Yeah, I mean, as I say, currently probably won't be in a position to fund anything like that for a good while, unless Honeycomb want to dive into me emails and hook me up. Listen, I'm not proud. I'm not proud. I'll do what I can there in terms of videos and stuff, because as I say, and kind of fully invest. I just wish I had more time with YouTube and my videos, because there's so many that I want to do, and there's just not enough time. I was talking to Martin from Airliners Live yesterday, and I was saying it's just, even though live streaming, I would say, is just as difficult, there's less preparation. Depending on what you're doing, of course, there's less preparation, and you know, you can pretty much leave live streams to upload to YouTube and have them made on demand. You don't. What I'm saying is, you don't have to record a live stream, keep on going back and recording scenes. You don't have to do any voiceover for it. You don't have to edit it. So it just takes a lot less time. So live streams are easier to do. And that's the reason why I've started doing them, is because there's stuff that I want to show and stuff that I want to talk about, but I wouldn't be able to get the quantity out with pre-recorded videos at all. There will be more freeware, guys. I've literally got 2 episodes currently being written up, with a few more sceneries needing to be found. We've actually just completely bypassed Sutton On Rogue. That's how fast it is to get here. There is the strip down there. You can clearly make it out with a little bit of a pathway going across it. It's a bloody marvelous scenery. So detailed. Really, really is. With that being said, guys, let's... little sort of notch your flaps, because what I want to do is I just want to do a couple of little circuits around it to give you an idea of what we're working with from above. Obviously, with the drone camera, we can go up above and have a little look, but I haven't yet had a look at the videos on this. I need to go on YouTube and see how the aircraft use it. Now, there is an X on the end of the runway, which makes me think that they actually use the slope to take off and oddly use the slope to land. But there's a lot of electric or telephone wires, and again, the telephone wires have all been mapped in with the, I don't know what the balls are for, but they've got the little balls on them. You can actually see down below the scenery with all the white fencing and all the poles with the little red balls on the end, and this is our landing strip. The hill looks okay from here. When you're trying to land, it's not. The scenery, again, this is £6.40. It's quite a nice size scenery for the money. But then the detail on top of that. So we'll have a little walk around it because it's another one of those sceneries where you have to use the walking mode because it's got so much in it. So as you can see, you can see it from the top there. You got an X, which I'm assuming does not. I mean, I can only imagine they're not taking off uphill, because as soon as you take off uphill, it's very hard to get past the wires at the end of the road. There's the Rogue River passing us, passing underneath us. Lovely, just lovely scenery. Obviously, 2024 is just such a nice simulator to explore on the ground as well. And then your man here is going to try and do it. Wish me luck. I have done it. I did it yesterday. You've just got to be very, very careful. The wires haven't got collision on them, so you can just technically go through them, but you know, for the sake of realism, or the sake of me trying to do a proper landing. Yeah, Dave, no pressure. Oh. Yeah, might have probably overcooked that, but we'll see. Probably did overcook it. I had the brakes down. I had the brakes down. We did it, and it was quite a smooth one. And these hangars are, I believe they work with the navigation lights. Little scooter there. Antonio, good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Long-time subscriber and viewer to the channel, as many others are as well, of course. So strobe lights to open these ones. So there you go, guys. Look at that. So it's the first time I've seen this in particular, but not proximity or time specific, but actually button specific, which is fantastic. I love the idea of that. I really do. Straight ahead and over the river is a winery. Go and get some. I will, mate. Don't you worry. We'll go and have a little walk there. But I do love that we've got button light specific hangers. Sorry, guys. I'm just thinking I've backed myself into a corner here, haven't I? Can we get... Could we get around... Probably not. Oh well, but ignore me. And I believe these ones over here, these aren't strobe, these are navigation. And we also have a helipad as well. So these ones are based on the navigation lights. And again, these would be actually, this would be a helicopter hangar more than an aircraft hangar. But yeah, whether this works now that we're in a 172 and not an actual helicopter, but we'll have a little look. There you go, guys. Look at that. I like that implementation rather than time specific or proximity specific, because proximity ones you have to get pretty close in ones I've seen in the past. I do like button ones. Button ones are really fancy. Yeah, I like that. That's pretty cool. No, the 172 probably isn't, mate. But we made it down at least. And like I said, I don't think the so this is just the 172, mate. This isn't the 182. I think I do have the 182, but yeah, that would be, I think, a bit too powerful. But like I said, I think I'm gonna have to check on some of the videos, see if there's any, because I did look at some videos on YouTube, but they were more like travel / real estate type videos for some reason. I'd like to see if there's any aircraft ones on YouTube of aircraft landing here, because I'd like to see what way they come. I don't think they see there's an X. I don't think they take off from here. I've tried it, and it's very difficult to get up and over the wires. I think they most likely taxi up and then come down and use the hill as momentum. That's just a guess. I don't know if that's the case at all, but it's a guess. By the way, I believe those red balls of power lines are just visual cues for... Oh, right, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. Perfect. Let's... again, this is by no means spot on. Don't know why they were all on. But let's just get it turned off. And then we will hop out. No, we'll hop out the window, apparently. Here we go, guys. So this is Sutton On Rogue. This is, again, Backwood Studios. I think it's, I don't know if it's their newest. I think it's certainly 2024 is their newest. There is a 2020 version of both Shady Cove and Sutton On Rogue. It is a beautiful little scenery. Again, King Bob said there's a winery down here, so let's have a little walk. What I'd love to see personally, because I don't use it enough, not mostly because, but mainly because the walking's so robotic, I would love to see a mod, which I don't think is possible at this point, but I'd love to see a mod that gives the walking a bit more of a realistic walking. You know, even when you turn, I'd like to, you know, it'd like to feel a bit more like you're walking, and the turning's still a bit robotic. But yeah, I'd love to maybe in time have like a mod that you can install, or maybe that, I don't know, Microsoft themselves could actually implement into it. But the walking's still a bit robotic at the minute. But yeah, yeah. So I think this is the vineyard, but as you can see, all the custom fencing here as well, and it is quite a sizable scenery. I think for me, the price to sort of ratio, as I say, £3.40 for Shady Cove. This is £6, I think £6.70, you know, and you're getting a quite sizable scenery. Everything seems to have collision on it. I don't know if the fences do have collision, but there's a lot to explore here, and obviously we also do have to drive back to Shady Cove today, because that's where we live. But yeah, you can walk through there. But yeah, we have to drive back to Shady Cove, don't forget, guys. But that's the reason why I want to show you that, is just to show you the miles and miles of road that these guys have mapped into this, because it's incredible. Even this, look at this. How beautiful is that? Imagine just sitting here, you know, actually in real life. Sitting here with a cup of coffee, your fishing rod. And speaking of fish, let's yeah, those fences look massive. Like, to be fair, I'm not too sure if, maybe not, I don't know, but either I'm tiny or I don't know. But yeah, we have some of those sort of, you know, the animated waterfalls made from like a 2D plane. But again, this is lovely. By the way, you've got a pond with ducks and fishes. Now, we have seen this before, guys. We have seen this in some of Milo Taylor's stuff. Little boat there, some duckies. Hey guys, you okay? And then you can see some fishes diving out as well. And there's also these little lanterns everywhere. The lanterns are lovely, especially at night. I will show you, don't forget. Liam, good to see you, mate. Yeah, do some fishing, yeah. These have got little candles in as well. And they look great at night. And do you know what? I will do it now, because if I don't do it now, I will forget. Look at that. I mean, look at that. I mean, we've got our torch on, of course, but look at this. Lucky people on this ranch, and there's just this area of the world. There's also some kind of like blue accent lights as well. Is there a chibi? Might be. But it's lovely. All the lights, again, night lighting's pretty well done. It's what I again would expect to see. Lights on the ground there for the helipad as well. Now, there is collision on these hangars, but you can actually go through the door. Obviously, the door doesn't open, but you can go through the door. There's an interior there as well, but you actually can't go out the hangar door. I'm not on 4K, mate, no. Unless the stream is in 4K, but... Oh! Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I don't think you can stream in 4K, to be honest with you, but I'd love to be on a 4K monitor. I really would be. But yeah, no 4K subs, yeah. Thank you very much, mate, yeah. Finally, as well, finally. I know, mate, I realised my mistake. So it's nice to all see that they've put my cars in as well, my Lamborghini and Porsche. But again, the custom car models are fantastic, really, really nice. I think these are part of the SDK, if I'm not mistaken. I think you can actually, these are part of, because they're not real car models, they're kind of like how, you know, Grand Theft Auto works, in a sense of they're not real car makes, but they're very, very nicely done. I mean, look at they've even got collision on them as well. But look at the interiors. You can't zoom in, that's a problem with this. Really nice. Like, it'd be cool if they could start making these drivable, because I'm all for the drivable cars. I do like the idea. And then you've got all these little houses, again, with full interiors. You can go and walk around them. You can go down to the Rogue River, have a little fish. There's also a deer here as well. We were going to say hello to the deer. Yeah, mate, you okay? He'd be off by now, like. But obviously, the beauty of the flight simulation is we can go. Oh, hang on, hey mate, whoa, whoa. You lost your fare there. I don't think you're supposed to have hairy antlers. I'm going to be honest with you. No. I don't think you should have hairy antlers. I'm just saying, mate. But you're 1 in a million. The animals are so detailed, man. But yeah, you can go down and just look at the scenery in Flight Sim 2024. Let's go make our way down to the Rogue River. Look at this. We're going to fall in. Oh. There we go. There's our boat. There you go. Can we get back up? Yeah, we can. So yeah, there's a little log cabin. Now, what I would say is with these, you might have seen a live stream that I did a while back with the Houses 2024 add-on, which are very, very detailed houses. These are okay, I would say, in terms of sort of texture and stuff like that. They're not as highly done, but in terms of the collision, it's all very, very well done. I'd have to say that. But there's a full interior. You can go in. You can go and get your snacks. I've left you some snacks. There's some lovely fruit salad, some raspberries and stuff. And there's some cake here as well. And there's the bread I was making as well. Lovely stuff. You can't complain with the detail. It's just a huge area. This is just like the cupboard that I've got and a lovely little rock thing. I've got a massive bathroom in here as well with a spa bath. Lovely bath. What's funny is there's a reflection of the actual house in there, but then when you get square onto it, it's like the scenery behind it. It's a bit weird. There you go. There's me bath. I can sit there and just watch the Rogue River in me bath. Vincent, why did they create this? Any specific reason? Haven't got a clue, mate. I don't know the reason for it. I did jump into the Backwood Studios Discord last night to just say, listen, guys, I'm going to go live with it. If you're interested, I don't think I got any sort of reply. This is real. You can go online and see this whole sort of ranch. I'm not too sure. They might have they didn't have to make the interiors all 3D and explorable, I guess, but it's good to have it, especially on 2024. A little bit of a weird sort of office space there, I guess. Maybe something to do with the aircraft, maybe. I don't know. But Vincent, I couldn't tell you, mate. Why make any scenery? There's some sceneries that you can get on, even on the official marketplace, that just don't make any sense. But there's an airstrip in both of them. There's a community airstrip in Shady Cove. There's an airstrip here where the people, obviously on the ranch, can fly in and out. There's this obscure tree, which, listen, for the amount I've seen in both sceneries, there's not many of this happening. The trees popping up and stuff. It doesn't happen as much as it used to, or at least I've seen in the past. And then there's another house over here. I don't think it's as detailed. But what did sort of freak me out was on my little raised swimming pool there's just a guy waiting here. This guy, I think, was used in loads of older 2020 scenery. But it looks like the updated version to him, with like the 2024 avatars type, textures, and I don't know why he's here. It looks dodgy. I promise you it's not. Not too sure. I haven't got a clue. I am curious because I haven't seen this lit up, but there seems to be lights lighting it up nicely. So if you wanted to go out for a little midnight dip, you can do. But yeah, there's still more. Pathways up into the house. There's actually a few other custom cars here as well. There's the front door to that house. We'll go inside the house, but oh no, we can't go in this one. This hasn't got collision. Oh well. There's some more custom cars like that. That's definitely based on the Corvette. No, the Dodge. Is it the Dodge? The Dodge Challenger, I think. And then this would be, I think, a souped up, glossy BMW for sure. Yeah. That one ain't mine. That's not mine. So there's more. What is that? It's a light. Okay. So there is more. A lot more. There's a full ranch, a full farm. Incredible, by the way. But what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to head out and change our vehicle. Now, the reason why I'm going to go back to the menu to do this is because the aircraft selector in the development mode seems to have a couple of things wrong with it at the minute. Mainly that it just cuts the audio out. So if you go and select a new aircraft, or in this case car, all the audio cuts out, and yeah, I don't really want to go through any messing about while we're live streaming. So I think the quickest route here would be just to pick. Just go back to the menu. Antonio, just one question. Are old 2024 free airports running well or not? I have just finished my new PC build and must buy a new version. Good question, mate. So, funnily enough, a few hours of my time yesterday was spent going through some freeware 2020 airports. I actually have a Google document with a fair few on there. And it was just me going through them, installing 2020 sceneries and some of its dependencies. And then I went through them and just wrote works, doesn't work, works but has issues. And for my testing so far, mate, and I didn't do a lot, is that I find that most work, most appear with the little star symbol, and most load in, but most of them have elevation issues. That is what I'm seeing. Some have texture issues, as in they don't appear or they're just not there. Some of them are blurry textures. So overall, 2020 freeware, for me, it's elevation issues and textures issues. There is some that still work though. Some that still work. There was one back in the day that I featured on the channel called Quimpia. It's the French one by Headwind, and that still works perfectly. Absolutely no issues, and it's a really nice freeware as well. But anyway, we are back in with the Juice Goose. I love it. I think it's do you know what? Regardless of what you think about drivable cars, guys, it's so fun because it's so well put together. The customization on it is fantastic, all real time. The modeling, the texture work is fantastic. And it's a beast. And this is how we're going to get back to Shady Cove as well. So there's a little house here as well. I haven't been inside of that one, but as you can see, guys, there's stuff in it. There's stuff in it. Oh. So this has a full ranch. The ranch is very detailed. Is the texture problem where structures are red or white checkers? No. Textures that I've encountered are either completely missing, as in they just don't show, which oddly aren't like the pink or the checkered ones that you're on about, me. They're just, like, for example, the floor here. It'd just be literally just grey or white with no detail at all. Nothing. No, just like a white sheet of paper. Other texture issues would be just completely don't load in, or they're just blurry. Elevation issues, as you can imagine, buildings and rocks, fences, just float. They don't work at all. But yeah, guys, this has a full ranch, all with custom animated people, custom animals. I wouldn't say the custom animals. I think they're part of 2024's animals. But as you can see, we're in the farm now. We're in the ranch. You can have some horses here. Look at this, all moving about, which I think is fantastic because obviously the immersion there is great. We've got a lovely quad. It'd be cool if we had a quad to ride as well. But yeah, the ranch is cool. Like I say, all the horses move about. That one flickers as well, like it's in the Matrix. You know, they go down, they eat the food. Vehicles. This guy just has one hand out, I've noticed, but he is animated. There you go, guys. He's looking after the horse. He's got his hand stuck in the fence, I think. I'll leave him alone at the minute. There's an actual Rage Over, which is the popular, brand of car. The Rage Over. What's happening with my hair? What the? I need a cut. I really do. Love to see the Range Rover there. Rage Over, sorry. Love the little mini tractor going on here. Very detailed as well. You know, compared to the sort of the truck next to it. Very detailed. Love to see it. Got some little foals and some horses as well. But yeah, Backwood Studios, they've done a really good job. For me, although some things aren't highly, highly textured, do you know what I mean? And I don't mean that any disrespect here at all, but I can only think that the textures being a bit lower is purely just for optimization purposes, because the scenery is it's over a widespread area. It's not a small scenery. There's a lot to it. A lot of fences. As you can see here, there's an actual truck here, which is very, very old. This is like an old 2020 asset. It's got actually no definition to it. It's like cardboard. It's like something's being made out of cardboard. But the one over there is full 3D. You've got tractors and everything. But the whole ranch is there. All the fences, the trees, the electric wire or phone wire or whatever it is, all there. It's so well done, and it's just so nice to actually explore it. You'd probably find something like this on a ranch, to be honest with you, a little off-roader, a little sort of Jeep, quad type thing. Let's go through here. Can we go through here? Is it a? Oh yes, it is. Yeah, perfect. So cool, so cool. I love it. Is there any collision on the? No. It's so cool. I really, really I like these immersive sort of, and this is the thing. It isn't a big international airport. It's not going to be to everyone's taste. Hey, look at that. Oh, look at that. It's leaving. They've used the actual, the simulator sand, not a custom texture to do it. Which is pretty cool. Where 2024 shines for me is when you fly at low level with... Yes, I agree, mate. And Antonio, this is the reason why I want to invest when I'm able to. I can't do now, which is a shame. But I need to invest in a proper general aviation setup. I've got the WinWing joystick here and some of their panels, all thanks to those guys. But I need a proper yoke, a throttle system, and some pedals, because I'm flying GA more and more now. Admittedly, in 2020, it was a bit of both. In X-Plane, back in the X-Plane 11 days for me, that was all airliners. Now it's just doing things like this. I need a full setup to appreciate it and be able to have full control. But yeah, I absolutely agree. Liam from Perseverance, only complex sceneries become laggy. You could have a million objects in one area, look either left or right, game performance, but sometimes you have to decide when is enough. Exactly, mate. And not to bring your scenery up specifically, but because you are obviously talking about it, obviously we've only seen I've only seen Sandtoft in terms of being there in the simulator and seeing how detailed it can get. But the work you're doing on Doncaster Sheffield and the screenshots I've seen, the detail is going to be insane. And I know for you, unless that is going to be spot on in terms of performance and people can enjoy it, you obviously won't go ahead and release it, or at least show it off, because you want it to look the part, but you also want it to perform the part. And obviously with Doncaster, you're going to have a multitude of different aircrafts. You're going to have people flying airliners, general aviation, stuff like that, mate. So, but this is, I love this scenery. I think it's so amazing. And this is the thing, it's not an international airport. It's not a general aviation airport. It's a ranch. It's a flying community airstrip, but it feels immersive. And look, you can even see they've used the 2024 avatars, which I think is amazing, because these are animated and they look pretty good as well. I think they look really good. The detail is just lovely in this. I love how rugged everything is. I love how it feels. And I haven't been on a ranch like this. I've never been on I've been on a farm in England, but they're totally different. Well, they're ranches, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? They're ranches. They're massive. Now, what I want to do is, before we make our little journey to Shady Cove, because it only took about, what was it? Not even 5 minutes in the 172. I haven't driven it, but the drive that I have done is just beautiful, because you're on the ground level, you're going through these roads through Oregon, and you're getting a sense of, for the most part, what the area looks like, even if you haven't been there. But just before we leave, obviously it's worth showing you in drone camera some of the other bits. You've got a little sort of closed off areas, little fences. I mean, look at that. With the river, the fences, the gravel, the gravel track. It's really well done. The link for these, mate, they're in the description below, mate. So they're both Orbex stuff, mate. These guys are using Orbex for their sceneries, and it looks like they're exclusive to Orbex, so you can only get it from them. But it's linked below. There's some more sort of cattle grazing. And there's what it looks like from above. And as you can see, this is what I'm saying. For some reason, the performance here is just way better. But I can only assume it's due to for the most part, the gap in trees. So although there's a lot of trees, there's not as many in the immediate area. But certainly the houses, everything in it. It's just odd that we're not getting a few stutters every now and again, but the animals upon Planet Zoo, yeah, you were telling me that, mate. It's pretty cool little detail. I didn't know that when you tell me. I remember you telling me when we were having a look at a couple of different things, but it's pretty cool. Again, lovely little insight from a developer, a very talented developer. And if you didn't know, the animals that are used in the actual simulator, and some sceneries that you can get are from Planet Zoo. So, you know, the river is so nice. The river, really great. So let's have a little look. Antonio, the honeycomb combo set is the best option for GA. Cost a lot, but is the only one with the right feeling. I love it. For the rudder pedals, I have the old Sighter. Yeah. See, what I might do is just maybe go somewhere else for the rudders. Just still decent ones that aren't going to sort of break, because again, you know, you're going to have your feet on them. You're going to be moving them about quite a bit. I'll have a look, because a couple of you guys have said maybe combine them with a different set of rudders. But yeah, I need a proper GA setup, because I just don't have it here, and I haven't really bothered using the joystick for the GA stuff, because I just wouldn't feel right doing it. So yeah, when the right time arises, or if I get the opportunity to, I definitely do want to have a look at the honeycomb stuff. And you can still see the tracks in the road here as well are actually still there from the Juice Goose, which is what we'll do now, guys. We're gonna have a little trip through Oregon, because it's 8:10. I have a curfew tonight. I do. I have a time limit tonight. No, the lovely wife is up at, I think, 4 o'clock in the morning. She's doing an early shift, so I'm right next to the next room is where we sleep. So as you can imagine, I don't want to take the piss. But yeah, let's get on the road and let's drive back to our original destination. I may just cheat a bit, because there is a way you can go. Perfect. There we go. It's actually back the other way. So yeah, we're going to have a little road trip, guys, because as I say, they haven't just included all this. They've included over 10 miles of road. As I say, both are linked in the description below. Sutton on the Rogue, Shady Cove, where we're going to now, where we have been, where we took off from originally, £3.42. This is £6.76. Very, very cool. Animated wildlife, waterfall, lighting, buildings are accessible by foot. You've got the main residence, the log house, the Allen house. You've got the pond with the fishes. 24-acre I can never say this word. Equestrian facility with obviously the wildlife, the farm, not the farm, but the ranch, I would call it, the ranch buildings. It is a lovely, stunning little scenery, and as I say, combined it with Shady Cove, we can drive all the way there. So I'm going to change the time of day just for some of the journey, just because obviously I want you guys to see what it looks like while we're sort of, maybe not in the dead of night, but maybe something like this, where it's not completely dark, but we've got the headlights on. I don't like the mad light, sort of, you know, the light bar things. Glow kit. The customizations on this are so cool. I do love it. Where can we take the things off? I can't remember where it was. Yeah, let's take the whips off. Let's take the... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Got the light bar there. Let's maybe turn the light bar off. Let's have the headlights on. Perfect. Let's go with that. And then I'll change the time of day as we go through. So we are leaving the ranch at Sutton On Rogue. The moon up there. So, from what I can remember, even got the little grates there, little grids. Oh, hang on. Oh, wait, oh. So we're out on the main road, which again, it just looks fantastic. Now, we aren't going to our left, but you can just see how immersive this is. We're actually going back the other way. Little spin off there. But yeah, here we go. Now, as far as I know, we're just going to follow the road. Which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, okay. Listen. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Look at the bins there. There's the strip there across. It is what it is, guys. Whether you like the drivable vehicle idea, personally, I love the boats. I think the boats are a lot more fun. Getting onto a river or close to an ocean or a city like San Francisco or New York in the boats that you can get. It's so fun. And yeah, we shouldn't like it. I know there's a lot of people that do. A lot of people that just find it ridiculous that we can do this in a flight sim. That isn't great. Admittedly, I haven't got this far. I started from Shady Cove in the transit van last night, and yeah, it's a shame that they're there because obviously this is a 2024 scenery, but they would have had to go along and put all this road in. But as you can see, it's a drivable road. There's it's got a texture to it. It's got the markings on it. What we could even do, hopefully, I'm not too sure what happens in the Juice Goose because I don't use it, admittedly, a hell of a lot. But we could just reverse things, couldn't we? And hopefully, does it come up in the... I don't think it does it? Which is a bit of a shame because I thought it would come up in the map. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. There's probably a way to do it, but anyway, we shouldn't really get lost. We shouldn't get lost. Warnings. So yeah, we're heading back. We've left our 172 at Sutton On Rogue, and we're going back. Just look at the scenery off into the distance there. We're not in the air, we're on the ground. We're getting a different perspective on things. Look at that. Microsoft Flight Simulator, GTA Simulator, Transport Simulator, Car Simulator, Boat Simulator. That's going to be the name in 4 years. It looks cool though. It's so cool. It's just a cool little different change of pace, Especially when you combine it with scenery like this, where it's it's so immersive. And here we go, back into the daytime. Have a little a better look at things. Oh, that's cool. Oh. Ah, okay. So I think these guys haven't just put the roads in. Interesting. Does it actually say that? Miles and Matt Robe's seamless integration with Shady Cove scenery, which I've mentioned, but I don't think I've seen. That's cool. Oh, wait. Oh, wow. Okay. There's been an accident up here, guys. Okay, that's cool. Can I be of help in any way, guys? I am a trained pilot. Admittedly, he's doing a wheelie, but it's good to see that they've used authentic vehicles. Oh, look at this. Oh, his van's tipped. Oh, poor guy. I mean, his poor van's gone into the actual road here, but he's here. He's wow, and they're all animated as well. You all right, mate? You actually look like Tamora Morrison from Star Wars. You know, the guy who plays Boba Fett. He's on his phone to his wife. I'm all right. Me van's absolutely total though. Jackknifed it. And these guys don't seem to give a flying F. They're just having a coffee. In fact, it looks like she's forgot to take a spoon out. I tell you what, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that they haven't just bothered putting the road down. But it makes sense them not putting it in the description because it's something for you to discover. I mean, yeah, okay, for some reason the textures are completely missing there underneath, but it's cool. I like that. That is a nice little sort of Easter eggy type sort of yeah, it's a little Easter egg that that you can discover. So fair play to them for that. I love that. Now I don't think it's that way, but it's just close enough to the main road. I hope we've got more of those. Like not just that. It would be cool if there's other things, and they make it so you can see them. So let's keep our eyes out for anything else. It would be a shame if it's just that. Look at us, guys. We're just in the Oregon countryside. Oh, now there's actual traffic on the wrong side of the road, by the way. Because now we're using the English side of the road at the minute. Is this more little things that they've got going on? Is this part of the scenery? I don't know. It's just like also as well. I don't think the simulator puts the hay bales in. I don't think it does. I really don't think it does. But again, that is cool that the road isn't just mapped down. Which, to be very honest, that would just be fine for me. The road just being mapped, you know, just drivable, and the fact that they've added things in. Nice. Oh, hang on. Do a kickflip. Oh, he did as well. Oh, I tell you. They're on the wrong side of the road, Antonio, not me. I was on this side originally. Now these are going in the right direction. They were going towards me before. It's just the traffic. I wish they'd do something with the traffic. I know it's not the be all and end all. I mean, like, you know, it is what it is. It works for when you're flying an aircraft. But the traffic in X-Plane 12 is so much nicer. The road traffic is just a lot nicer. Is this another little thing? I don't know if this is auto-genned. Let's have a little look. I I think so. Probably. I just love the little... I hope we see more things like that, because that was pretty cool. Problem with this car is it likes to go everywhere. And again, I'm just trying to stick to the main road here because I don't want us to start driving and get to a point. But is that another map? No, it's not. It's not. You can tell. Today with that car, you've done a lot of damage. I know. Done a lot of damage to myself. I wasn't responsible for him turning his truck over. But I don't think the traffic on these roads... Look, see, he's on the wrong side of the road, as you can see. Or he's going to make a fool of me now, isn't he? See, he's on the wrong side of the road. He's in the middle of the road. Now he's disappeared. Hello. He's in the middle of the road. Yeah, I mean, they need to pick a side. Oh, it's so horrible. Or at least a way to turn them off, you know? Okay, there's another road here. But that looks like the way we should be going. There's an actual... Oh, no, hang on, no. I may have to send the drone out. No, that isn't. That you can tell because the textures go different. Trump will send you soon back to UK. Yeah, he will. He will. He loves doing that. Don't get me started. But you know what? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, guys. Road traffic, road vehicle, drivable vehicles, boats. Agree or disagree, they're there. You can buy them. You don't have to buy them. They're not doing any damage to the sim. They're not doing anything. And before anyone says, yeah, but the developer could be spending time doing a plane or an airport, does it matter? Does it matter? If they want to do this, they can. It's not your time being wasted, is it? It's their time being wasted if that's what you think. In my opinion, they've done it. They feel like there's a reason to do it. And honestly, I would just say give it a go because it is very, very fun, especially when the scenery is this good. I would never recommend driving in a city because either the photogrammetry is going to be absolutely terrible or, for the most part, the elevation and the auto-gen buildings are going to be a bit... They're not going to be the best, are they? Do you know? But you know, when you've got like, look at this, look at the meadow, look at the views. It's so cool. Should we get some rain? Let's see what happens with the rain. Has the Juice Goose got collision for the rain? I think it probably should have, shouldn't it? Should we just do it on that one? Is that one working? Or should we get it on one of the really, the bad ones that I've got? Let's have a little look on the heavy rain. Hey, oh that. Oh no, imagine going round here in the rain. I'm just trying to get a tiny bit of visibility going. At least it's actually working. Look at that. Yes. So watch this. Watch this clip end up online and someone saying leaked GTA 6. Oh, hang on. Have we got another little... Yeah, this clip will end up online. It'll say something like leaked GTA 6 clip or something. No, I think these are just... We need to get some more lights on, I think. This is not the way, so we're not going to go this way, but it's got a nice slide to it. It has. I hope there's more little Easter eggs. I mean, obviously we had the field with the hay bales. I guess they might just be a little bit of extra detail. To be very honest, guys, I might just take the rain off. The rain looks fantastic, but we're gonna miss things, aren't we? So cool. I love this. Just this idea of, you know, grab your plane. It would be cool if we could. I mean, then it starts getting into sort of. It does start getting into sort of open world territory, doesn't it? That's the issue you've got. You know, then you start arguing, is it a flight simulator anymore? And I'll be honest with you, I don't want to be one of those people, because there's too many of those negative people who will sit there and go, it's more of a game, it's like, you know what, guys, just bloody enjoy it. It's got its issues, it's got its faults, but enjoy it. Because I bet you there's people who've got this sim who just moan about they just don't enjoy it. And I understand it's got issues, but everything has got issues. There's games that release that just don't work, and yeah, this has its time, but it works. And if I'm able to sit on it for hours on end, I don't believe others have an issue where they just can't get it to load. You know, I've had people literally go so negative on me that, oh, it'd be good if mine worked. You know, I've got it on PC and it doesn't work. It's never worked. It's never loaded. It's like, well, surely that is definitely not the Sims issue, because there's plenty of people who have it working. Plenty of people who do full flights for 12 hours who've got it working. But I'm not saying it's not perfect, and that's what I'm saying, you know, saying enjoy what you can. That's my little rant anyway. It's just, you know, when you see someone, oh, it never loads for me, I can never get past this thing, and it's like, well, surely it's your end. It's not the simulator's fault, and I don't like putting people at blame, but as they can see from many videos and many screenshots and many trailers and review videos and whatever else, it works. Anyway, that is not what we're doing. Now, there's a big warehouse here, which looks a bit weird. Now, what I would mention is no speculation and no conspiracy theories here, but when I started doing the little transit van route from the other direction, in the opposite way, something ran out into the road and ran into the forest. Definitely did. I had a little quick look, but I didn't run after it. So whether that's another little Easter egg that maybe triggers when you get close, I don't know, but I don't think we're even near that part yet anyway, so I'm gonna have to find out what that is. Definitely some kind of maybe strip mall, you know, a massive big convenience store just out in the Oregon countryside here, but my god, AI works really well and great. It does, mate, and this is what I mean. You know, regardless of what you think about drivable vehicles, sometimes jumping out the cockpit and getting in and exploring from the ground, because obviously you can walk around, but walking massive big sceneries doesn't, like, imagine walking this. You know, maybe I should do a video or a live stream of where I'm for hours on end when I'm walking this distance. Imagine. Other people have done sillier things. I mean, look at that. You stopped in your little juice goose You've got all your trees. You've got your cabins. Look at the road going off, up and then down. This is why I'd love to just get in a car and do Route 66 or anything like this in America. Man, I'd just even love to just go to America, man. So cool. So cool. Getting some speed here. I'm going to have to ask them on Discord whether they put any other things in the roads, because obviously the emergency service ones, that was a cool little thing to see. I love that. I'm just wondering if there's anything else. I'm trying to sort of keep my eye open, and I have 25 minutes to do this. Roadrunner. It might be, but I definitely saw someone run out in front of me when I did the opposite direction. And I really, really hope it's another little Easter egg. I mean, you've got all these little dirt tracks going off to, you know, little houses and stuff. And I don't know if these houses are custom modeled. They don't look like. I'm trying to keep my eye open to see if there's any sort of custom looking buildings, because obviously they're more noticeable. I don't know if that like tree there is like something that you get as a default thing, where you'd see some trees sort of, I don't know. Definitely something ran out on the road though last time I was last time I tried it last night, as I say, in the opposite direction, but I'm not going to make it in time because I'm stopping and starting. There's the Rogue River there. You know, I'm also implementing VR on the channel at some point, hopefully before Christmas. So, you know, doing something like this in VR again is just going to be incredible. Especially at night with some of the rain coming down. All these little things, you know, where you can... Oh, hang on. I remember that tree. I don't think we're far. Actually, I don't think we're far at all. That might be the same tree. What was that in the road? A little stick. Oh, there's a couple of different trees. Oh, that's a shame. Because there's been none of that at all. So it's a bit of a shame to see that. Now, I don't think we're far, actually, from Shady Cove now, because there's like a meadow here, which is, again, looks fantastic. How cool is that? I'm noticing a few more stutters, but I think that's because we're getting closer and closer. I've come here to watch Flight Sim, and now we're driving cars. Well, Evan, mate, you're a bit late. We did fly the 172 from where we're going, so we're just coming back in the car. That's all. So Shady Cove, we did 172 Shady Cove to Sutton on Rogue, and it wasn't a bad landing as well. But we're taking the Juice Goose back to Shady Cove now to see. The reason why I'm doing this, mate, is on a serious note. Is the reason why I'm not flying this part is because of the road. Basically, the sceneries have the part of the feature list of these sceneries is that they interconnect with the road. So they've mapped like nearly 10 or 15 miles of road between the two sceneries. So that's the only reason why we're doing it. If the roads weren't mapped out, mate, I certainly wouldn't be doing this. I'd probably just fly back. But the fact that they've mapped, to say, over 10 miles of road between the two sceneries is the reason why we're doing the drive, and we're not just driving for the sake of it at all. So that's a thing, mate. That's all I'd say on a serious note is why we're doing it. But yeah, pretty cool. They've taken the time to interconnect the whole thing. Is that some other trees? Yeah. Just more and more there because obviously we're getting into a more densely populated tree zone on our way here, so I just don't want to miss anything. I love that little sort of accident zone. We've got another little rocks. We've got another little meadow here with like hay bales, you know, the wrapped up hay. Possibly some animals in there as well, maybe. Yeah, it looks like they've got cows. Oh, tree. We can go cow tipping. Oh, they're running away. These are actually not part of the scenery. These are actually the normal ones. So these aren't part of the scenery. These are ones, unless they've put them in, but these are the ones that appear just as, you know, in the world because they're running away from me. Not going to go that way because we want to go back to the road. But I think the hay bales are custom scenery because I don't think they are in the they're just in the scenery normally. I don't think you find them. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong, but I think they would be part of Backwood Studios scenery. Let's make some time up because we are pushing our luck here. It's got some speed, this. Yeah, Evan, it is, mate. This is what I was saying. You know, love it or hate it, or love the idea of boats and drivable land vehicles. It is getting to the point where my take on it is that I think going forward there'd be no reason why they probably wouldn't. I don't know whether it would be something that they do separately, or is just all in one. But I think. And this could be totally wrong, but for me, I think going forward, sort of going into the 2030s and beyond, when things get a bit more, even more advanced than they are now, is that we could see a you know, not a real life, maybe something like Transport Simulator, but we have Transport Simulator, but in the respect of you don't just fly aircraft, you can do all this. I don't know. I think so. They've got an online mode. You know, I could be online now and could be driving around with a couple of you guys. You know what I mean? If you had the Juice Goose or anything like that. So I wouldn't be surprised in a couple of years, maybe into the 2030s, where we start seeing, you know, a simulator made by Asobo Microsoft that implements it all, whether it be a thing that you download separately or, you know, it's just made to do that. Oh, we're here. Yay. That's why I look so confused. And we've just arrived back in Shady Cove, guys. Look at that. Yeah, it'd be cool, Evan, if all the roads and the road traffic looked great. But as you can see now, guys, like the sort of the frame rate's gone a bit down. It's definitely down into the sort of the 25 to 30s now, which is a bit weird. But I think it's just the insane amount of trees in this area. But yeah, I can see there being, whether it's an actual standalone simulator or it's a, I don't know, it's just called Microsoft Simulator. I don't know, but some things that you see, like the fact that how good the scenery is on 2024 compared to 2020. It's just, it's mad. There's that house there with the hangar. I love these little dry flying communities. They're so cool. But yeah, they could do their own simulator. They could do a flight simulator that you could add on to, where if you want to do the driving or the sailing, the boats, the whatever, that is like a you know, an add-on, a DLC if you like. But on the other hand, that could be totally wrong. They might just be wanting to make sure the scenery is insane for the likes of doing walkarounds, bush trips, because obviously for me, where you really see the scenery come to life is when you go into some of the bush trips, and you see the trees, the foliage, the dirt strips, some of the GA, the GA airports. Obviously, the big international airports, you're going to do your walk around if you're that way inclined, and then you're not going to have a little walk around of the full airport, even though some airports are, you can do that. So Evan, I would take a look at, mate, I would go to Just Flight and I would have a look at Floyd's clouds. Technically not weather, but some of Floyd's clouds. He has done a full 2024 pack now. So Floyd made a weather pack in 2020 and it had an insane amount of cloud presets and they were so nice. They're still free. And then when it came to 2024, he made like a sample pack, and I have the sample pack here. So you can see, let me move this out the way of me. FEC, so Floyd's Epic Clouds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's now brought it out. I think it's about £8, £7 or £8. It's on Just Flight by the looks of it, just only on Just Flight. But like, some of the stuff you can do on this, like look at these clouds. They don't look amazing. They look okay now. But when you put the right lighting into it, let me see if I can get it right. It's like evening or early morning. This cloud, this sample pack's really nice, but he has a payware one. I think about £7 or £8 on Just Flight, and I think there's a load on there. Like when you get this in the right light, I know that's not supposed to be the case where it only works in one specific lighting, but for me, in this particular light, these clouds are so nice. And I need to take a look at the full pack, because I think the full pack, there's a silly amount on there. Let me have a little look, because I'm curious to how many he has put on there. Floyd's Epic Clouds work for both. $5.99, 75 presets. So keep in mind, you're going to have 75 presets in your weather presets there. But yeah, obviously live weather. You can go ahead and make them. I've got some preset ones, but again, this thing here where the presets not appearing, again, that's only started happening in Sim Update 3. I did some custom ones. Like where's the Stormy? I don't think you get much in the way of lightning and stuff. But again, it's not raining. It should be raining. You've got the lightning and you might have the thunder. You got some of the rain coming down now. But again, even the lighting. The lighting on 2024, I didn't believe it could be loads better. It really, really is. That's the lights off the Juice Goose, which look fantastic as well, by the way. the minimal, I need to customize the minimal rain one. The minimal rain one is this one, as part of again, part of Floyd's Epic Clouds. Really, really nicely done. Now, you can start putting the wind up. Once you've customized any of these presets with your own bits, you can then just press the discs. Save as a new preset either to the cloud or to your PC. If you didn't know that, some people don't know that, but yeah, you can basically adjust things ever so slightly on a existing preset and then save it to use it again. You might know it's very low, the sounds actually have. And like I said, guys, we're back in Shady Cove now. We've driven all the way. You can see that apart from a couple of trees in the road, which I thought there was going to be more, we're actually back in Shady Cove. So we flew from here to Sutton On Rogue. Look at that. So we flew from here to Sutton On Rogue, and then we've drove back. And like I said, if you are interested in these two sceneries, they're linked below. This one's about £3 something. Sutton On Rogue is £6 something. Very, very nice. I mean, you know, for that combined price, just over a tenner, you can do some nice little flights in between them, or indeed drive if you're that way inclined, if you want to do that. You can see the lights from the Juice Goose there as well. So yeah, not going to be to everyone's particular tastes. Certainly not if you like flying your airliners and going to big international hubs. But if you like your sort of your bush, your general aviation flying, this is nice. This is really, really nice. The flight, we did it in under 5 minutes, not even that. Some nice little flashes, some nice little fork lightning, bit of thunder as well. So immersive. Like, I am, as I say, I am hoping to implement VR into the channel at some point, and I will be checking out VR in ways that I've not seen many others do. Certainly using it to explore on foot and you know, and use it as much as I can. Not just for flying, because it's just so immersive, man. It's so immersive. I just wish I had more time to make pre-recorded videos, and I know obviously my live streams then are available to re-watch and stuff like that, but there's just something different on having pre-recorded stuff done. I was saying this to a few people actually over the last week, is that back when the channel first started, I even got my little 5-year anniversary thing on YouTube dashboard before, which is pretty cool. And as I say, the channel this week has hit over 4,000 subscribers, which again, you know, the channel lay dormant for a year and a half. I lost my YouTube partner program rights, or whatever you would call them, and we worked it back up, and we're growing the channel, and it's fantastic. I just wish I had a lot more time to get more things out for you guys. You never know what it's going to bring, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, next live stream is most likely going to be Sunday, the normal regular Sunday. Look out on my Discord, which is linked below. In my social media, of course, get yourself joined to Discord and social media, and obviously keep an eye out on the channel. for the scheduled stream when it goes in. Most likely might be back in X-Plane 12 on Sunday. We'll see. I'm not too sure. I have got an X-Plane live stream already scheduled and actually all written up and thumbnail done, so it might be that we're back on X-Plane 12 on Sunday. Who knows, but we'll see. But for now, guys, I'm going to get going, and everyone, thanks for coming in, and everyone watching, thanks for watching, and thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it. Stay tuned, and there'll be more to come. I will see you again soon.